What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for tuning in. My name is Fadi. This is Boostitforward. And today on this channel, for the first time, we are going out with Pablo to the streets of Mexico to race a leader bike. Let me tell you guys a little bit about this bike. It's a 2013 Kawasaki ZX10R. It's basically a stock bike. The only mods it has on it are a slip-on. It has stock ECU, it's stock wheelbase bike, it's not strapped down in any way, and it's stock gearing. So all around, pretty much a stock bike minus the slip-on. Pablo and the owner of the bike talked about what rolls they wanted to do on the street, and basically they said that they're gonna do two different runs. The first run was gonna be from a 45 roll, that's more of the sweet spot of the Porsche 911 Turbo S. And then if the Porsche wins, then the second roll was going to be from a 65 mile an hour roll. So the guys geared up, got on to the streets of Mexico, and the first race was from a 45. Here it is. Okay, I know, that wasn't a race. And you know what? We don't consider that a race either, because what happened was the bike had very long gears, and what's going on is if you put it in first gear, it's gonna wheel you up, it's gonna flip you upside down. Okay, you have to control it, and the owner decided not to do that. He wanted to put it in second gear, but the problem is when you put that bike in second gear, being that the gears are so long, it's way out of power band, it's very lazy, and it just doesn't accelerate as you saw in the video. So that isn't even really considered a race. Neither I or Pablo considered that a race or really a win. We wanted to race more of the bike and see what it's really capable of and not really race it from its dead spot. So we'll just chalk that one up as a practice run, and we will move on to a 65 roll, which should be much better for the bike. Here's that race. Much better. So that is basically what we expected. We expected the cars, not the cars, but the car and the bike to be close, and that race showed it. But unfortunately, as you saw with the ZX10R, the owner misshift and hit the rev limiter, and we couldn't stretch out the legs of the Porsche. So we tried it one more time. Here it is. was a good race, clean races between the Porsche and the bike. So if you ask me, that was pretty expected. You know, bikes are notorious for slowing down at higher speeds. They get a lot more drag and they start to slow down. So as you guys saw, basically the races are pretty close up to a certain mile an hour, and then the car starts to pull away. It's what I figured would happen. It's what everybody figured would happen, and that's what happened. But it was a good race up to a certain point for sure, but I would definitely chalk that one up as a win for the 911 Turbo S, as it clearly did pull away from the bike. So let's talk about some hypothetical situations here. Let's pretend that the rider of the bike was a jockey that weighs 140 pounds, right? What do you think would have happened? Because I know a lot of you guys are thinking right now, well, this is, not your smaller rider, and if there was a 150-pound rider, that I would have lost. But the question is, would I have lost? You know what? I'm gonna say no, because I think the pull on the car on the big end is gonna be too much for any rider. I think the rider, if it was smaller, would have probably kept up for a longer period of time, but comes 130, 140, I would say that the car is gonna pull. What do you guys think? Do you guys agree with me, or do you think a smaller rider would have passed and stayed ahead the whole entire time? Let me know what you guys think. All right, guys, hopefully you enjoyed this video. I know it's the first time I showed a video of the 911 Turbo S racing a bike, hopefully more to come. And I'm also trying to set up a pretty rare race with a DME tuned 570S, but check this out. It's got precision turbos, not the typical pure turbos, but precision upgraded turbo wheels. So that's gonna be really interesting. If I can get that race to go down, that'll be super cool. I'm also trying to set up a race with a nitrous vet. This guy, he's a friend of mine, no names mentioning here. He's a friend of mine. He's a very fast typer, not a very fast racer, but a very fast typer. I'm trying to get him out in his red Corvette Z06. You know who you are. Hopefully he stops running away and gives me a match, and not keeps on trying to handicap my car by begging me to run on pump gas. So we'll see how that goes. All right, guys, hopefully you liked this video. As always, if you like this type of content, make sure you subscribe. I will see you guys soon in the next video.